All right, so it's Thursday afternoon in North America, and let's just check in, see what's going on with the weather. So we got storm system in the northeast, and we have this storm system's kind of going. This is the major storm system, and it's going looks like it's going up in the Toronto area, New York, northern Pennsylvania. Um, there's also some precipitation in northern Kentucky, moving into southern Ohio at this time. Um, we've got we got lightning in Florida and kind of middle Florida, and then also northern Florida, in this area of Florida. There's some lightning over in this area here, which looks like it's actually part of Mexico. Actually, Texas, like southern Texas, northern Mexico. There's lightning there. Lightning in the Gulf. There is kind of swirly wind in the Pacific. There's lightning over Cuba. And what do you know? It looks like there's an earthquake. There's an earthquake. We'll get some information on this earthquake. See what's going on. So I looked at this. So there's an earthquake that was reported on 3/5 at 11:30 UTC, and so this looks like it was like, I want to zoom in on this a little bit. So it's northern, kind of in so we got, this is Louisiana, and that's Texas, and so it's a little bit south of Shreveport, between Shreveport and Alexandria, closer to Shreveport, off this 49 I-49. So yeah, there's yeah, and then let's see if we got any other weather, any other precipitation. There's precipitation in Florida. Various on the western part of Florida, St. Petersburg area. Where else we got precipitation? Possibly in. So also there's precipitation in southeast Alabama, moving up into Georgia, and it looks like the winds are taking it to possibly Atlanta. Yeah, and then what else we got? So we got. I'll go full screen. We got that. We got. Learning more and more on this app here. So I added the clouds today. If you add the clouds, then you get. There's clouds over there. There's kind of clouds in here. There's various, just kind of like some high level clouds. Obviously, there's clouds with the storm systems. We'll see what else there is. I'm gonna remove the clouds. No clouds. A little more color. Take a look at air quality. When this turns up, sometimes it takes a minute. There it goes. Alright. So this is moderate air quality in these portions of the country. Much of Iowa, some of South Dakota, Nebraska, Wisconsin, southern Minnesota, parts of Kansas, and through Texas, part of northern Texas. There's a big blotch here on the east coast, and then another few blotches over here. I got the wildfires. So we got, that's very similar to what we had the other day. A few wildfires in Montana, southern Montana. Helena, Lewis, and Clark. NFRXS. Not a lot more information there. This one's got a little more detailed information. The Raider Creek fire, 50 acres, 2 people, 2 firefighters, 2 personnel. Fire in northeast Colorado, 5 miles from Pete's, Colorado, 100% contained. That one's still there. Yeah, this one's been there for a while. This one's 90% contained. The Cypress fire in Houston, or north of Houston. And then we got this fire, Range 6 fire. Got 77% contained. 22 personnel, 80 acres. And then these 2 fires are still here in the North Florida. Human caused. 75% contained, 84 total personnel, 10 acres, and then the Southern Florida fire, which is the Ochapi, and human caused, 53% contained, 0 acres, 180 personnel. Not sure that number is accurate. There might be. Anyway. We got those fires. What else we got? Let's look at the temp map. So the warmer temperatures are in the warmer colors. Colder temperatures are in the cooler colors. You got much of the southern United States in the warm. 80s in Florida, upper 70s in Arizona, 60s and 70s in California, 40s in Washington, and Oregon, and Montana, 20s in North Dakota. Midwest. Depends on where you are. Latitude. The higher the latitude, the lower the temperature. And so we're looking at, in the middle of the country, you got Missouri, 56 in Kansas City, 49 in Chicago, 78 in Little Rock, and 53 in Cedar Rapids. Let's look at this satellite, see what that does. So you get to see more cloud cover with the satellite images. And it looks like possibly parts of the United States may not be covered. Or it just takes a minute to get the information. Takes a few minutes to get the information today for whatever reason. I'm gonna go back to the high def. That's the one I got used to. That's the one I got. That's the one yeah. So that's kind of the main area of like the precipitation there in part of the country. But there's also precipitation here, and then there's little areas of precipitation going through Kentucky and Ohio, West Virginia, Pennsylvania. Let's look at Alaska. Warmer on the south and very cold up north. Not a whole lot of precipitation on the land. Parts of Nebraska, it appears here. -9 degrees in Anchorage. -11 in Fairbanks. 34 in Juneau. Looks like some rain, or probably most likely rain in this area here. And storm system in this part of the Pacific moving towards Alaska and British Columbia. We'll look at Hawaii. Looks like there's some precipitation west of Hawaii. And the precipitation, there's some precipitation here that possibly moving toward, it looks like it's moving towards Hawaii. And then there's mostly in the 70s throughout Hawaii today. Not a whole lot of precipitation at the moment. Anything interesting going on in Canada? Not a lot of precipitation in Canada. A lot of cold temperatures. And then look at Mexico. So there's like this lightning thing going on, lightning storm going on, or Monterey, and even a bit over north of Monterey and south of Monterey. And a storm system going over Cuba right now. I'll see if we can learn something new. Let's turn on the. We learned, we got the temperature map. We learned something new there. And then let's see if we can. Let's look at. How about road weather? I'll turn that on. Turn on road weather, and I'm gonna. We'll leave it on aerial. We got. How did I get to the? There's that. So let's go there. Now, what does the road weather do? I'll turn that off. Any changes? Any changes? I'm not seeing any changes if I turn on the road weather. Maybe give it more time. Zoom in a bit. So you see, yeah, you can see roads there if you zoom in a bit. Yeah, sometimes you get roads. Sometimes you get yeah. If you put the road weather on, it appears you get more of the roads, interstates. That means it's an interstate, at least in the United States. So that's what's going on. There's a storm system over the United States, over New York right now, and Toronto, that whole Lake Ontario. Let's see if there's anything going on in the oceans. Not a whole lot of precipitation in the Atlantic. Precipitation in the Pacific, we kind of went over a little bit. There's a big kind of storm system, way out in the middle of the Pacific, and it's moving towards Canada and Alaska. Yep, that's where we're at. Hope you have a wonderful day.